Well, hi, friends. It's time for a joust. Isn't this amazing? Uh, very happy to be here today for what is going to be an awesome autumn contest of willpower, staying in your horse saddle and fighting off the other guy, all in aid of Macmillan Cancer Support, which is a charity here in the UK that deals a lot with families and people going through cancer treatments, to give them advice, to give them information, but also to help them out with anything they need, from finances to counselling, anything like that. So it's going to be an awesome evening of fundraising and tourney-like contests. We talked, Charlie and I, about this like Game of Thronesy, A Knight's Tale, D&D tournament, and then I have slowly kind of had that percolating in the back of my head for a little while, and it's basically just going to be like a tourney hosted by kobolds for a very jaded dragon. So it should be a lot of fun. Thank you so much, everyone in chat. Hype, yes, suddenly Panda's lots of hype here. Oz is in, he's playing tonight, so is Susie. We've got Lady Damon as well. It is going to be awesome. Hello, Frax. Welcome in, welcome in. There's only a lot of emoticons. How dare. This is going to be awesome. Lone Caldrin. Yeah, I agree. Let's go. So, Shauna popping in there for Nullifus. So, a little bit of context then. Nullifus the Dark is the void dragon that I've got for this tournament. They are going to be sat at the top of their, like, clifftop castle thing. Just kind of bummed out. And their kobolds have decided to try and put on a tournament for them to to cheer them up. So I hope you're ready for all of that kind of tomfoolery. It's going to be one of those kind of evenings. Matt's in chat as well. He's here with us. Hawkeye as well is fighting for the prize. This prize has been a legendary item that I've designed. I passed by Charlie. She's all cool with it. And hopefully, if one of our lucky contestants tonight will win it, their DM should be cool with it too. I have specifically, in the little thing I've made, in a sidebar, asked the DM to very politely, from one DM to another, let them have this magic item if they win, because it is awesome. I'm going to present it at the top of the show, and then we're also going to let every contestant, champion, every knight, whoever they want to call themselves, a little chance to introduce their characters at the top of their joust. A little bit like Chaucer in A Knight's Tale. I love those introductions. I think they're hella cool. So there should be a lot of fun with that too. Let us know who your favorite is in chat as well. If you've got any cool little nods from the cast of what their characters are like. I know we've got kind of like an Irish folklore champion. We've got a knight who can only be described by his nickname, the lackadaisical Griffin. I'll let you feast on that for a second. We've also got the Bear Island, Lady Sanna Mormont. So we've got a little Game of Thrones mash up there for you from Susie. We'll learn more about her in a second. And then I had to get this right. The Droiga there is from Samuel Eldritch Warlock. We'll learn more about them in just a second. And then Jordan Lady Dame is playing a Helena Weaver, which we'll get to learn about a little bit more in there. Oz is playing, I think, a LARP character from Empire. So that should be really cool. Having just probably like walk through this like a rift or a portal or something into our whatever plane of existence we're in. I'm going to let him tell us the name of his character, but they are of Ashenhall. Yeah. And then Shauna, who is low-key my favorite little character at the moment, is Yip Yip the Smasher, the kobold amongst kobolds. I think that should be a lot of fun with that. And then Matt, the Killer GM, is playing Sir Navam Felguard as well. So we'll learn all about those characters once we get into the swing of things. For those of you that might not know, tournament kind of rules, I'm going to play very very simply with kind of tournament rules. I'm not going to go into all of the chivalric things that you needed to do and needed to kind of adhere to at the time when it was going on. Basically, you have 3 chances to unhorse your opponent. At each end of this kind of fenced off, I think there's a list. You have 3 passes. So the 2 people on horseback or whatever mount they've got, whatever cool special D&D mount they've got, will ride towards each other and try and knock each other off with lances. You get 3 chances to do that. If they don't do that, then they will go to ground and they'll have to fight one-on-one on the floor. We also have some amazing donation options for you tonight so that you can influence the game, you can interact with the stream. If you just want to donate, that's all cool. £1 or more all goes to Macmillan Cancer Support. £5 if you do that tonight and you nominate somebody to have an advantage or a disadvantage to one of our players, you can help them out that way or hinder them. For £10, the damage dealt by the player that you nominate is doubled. So in the little house rules that we found, this means it will be harder for them to stay on their horse. Damage isn't going to be recorded the same in combat as it is on the actual joust, on the actual pass itself. So on the pass, the damage that the characters deal is actually going to be the difficulty of their animal handling check to stay in the saddle. So if you want that to be really hard, difficult for them, then donate £10 and nominate the person you want to deal double damage. Of course, if they crit as well, that's going to be all sorts of crazy. And then £30 if you want to be dramatic, if you want to go to ground, if you want to send the people on horseback straight to the dirt and have to fight each other, then spend £30. Hawkeye has already donated over £30 for us tonight. So Charlie has given me a extra special dramatic go to ground. So at some point tonight, that's going to happen. Probably somewhere near the final, maybe. You never know. I can't wait to find out some of these mounts. Lone Cauldron de Draga doesn't ride an elephant, but wishes they'd thought of that. I'm excited to see what kind of weird mounts we get. Like I said to people, you can ride whatever you want because, quite frankly, it's cool. It doesn't really matter in terms of mechanics. So, right, Frax. Going to ground is when both the fighters go hand-to-hand combat or, like, you know, with blunted weapons or whatnot. So they are unhorsed or unmounted, but it's a straight-up melee. That's perfect. Thank you, Cleric. So Susie, last time we played a tourney, we did it Game of Thrones from Green Ronin rules, because we have another show that's on my channel with some of these folks. After the Fire, we did a charity tourney, and both Susie and Don in the final of our tourney went to ground at the very end, and only thanks to Don's super broken frenzy ability, which means that if he would be defeated, he is not defeated and he makes an immediate counterattack, actually like won him the thing. So there we have it. But we've got some amazing like selection of characters, having heard a little bit about them before we went live. I'm genuinely very excited to hear everyone's introductions, for people to fight. It should be a really, really fun time. Remember, if you want to affect tonight's stuff, help out your friends, all donating to a worthwhile cause, you can use the stuff to my right hand side there. So any price is just donating, that's all cool. £5, you can give advantage or disadvantage to a player. Disadvantage will happen in the next time they make a check, so make sure you get them in the right time, or we'll try and make sure we catch them in the right time. And then £10, you can deal double damage. So you nominate somebody and they will deal double the damage. And then £30 if you want them to go straight to the melee, if you want to go straight to the ground and have to fight one another face to face rather than on like horseback or on mounts, spend £30 with us and they will do. All of our donations tonight will go to Macmillan Cancer Support. Macmillan's a great charity, as I said, just at the top of the tunnel. They provide loads of information support for families and people going through cancer treatments, diagnoses, and even coming out of that into kind of like remission and stuff. It's quite close to some of our hearts. I know that Hawkeye works with it on a day-to-day basis. My mum herself had cancer, got through it, thankfully. And Macmillan's just one of those fantastic charities that does so much work that is a little overshadowed by some of the other like research-based charities or kind of fighting cancer charities here in the UK. But they do some really, really nice work with people in terms of actually supporting them through it. Because it's not just about necessarily fighting the cancer, curing the cancer itself. It's about maintaining a good mental health during the process. It's a really tough time for people when they are going through it, which is why I'm really happy that we're supporting Macmillan today. Which is incidentally my house in high school, because I was one of those UK-based high schools that had really poncy house names. But we were in Macmillan, and so I'm used to this charity already. Like we put on cake sales and did like drama evenings and stuff for them. So I'm really, really, really proud that we're working with them today. Really happy that we'll be handing over all of this monies. Moldark just reminded us, thankfully, to hit that retweet. If we do hit 20 retweets, then we will give away some tabletop loot dice. And of course, we've all got our other Encounter Roleplay has its other sponsors. Not only Modifius this week, they're a little Strange New Worlds release, but Whaling Games as well, just down the road from me in Essex. And you can go online there for some cool discounts on most stuff, Warhammer, Magic, all that kind of stuff. And then Tabletop Loot do some fancy dice. Cleric's on it. Thank you, Cleric. That's amazing. You've got the chats going. And Tabletop Loot do all kinds of cool dice, cool accessories, and those are the dice we'll be giving away tonight. We are using Fantasy Grounds tonight. It is our tabletop, virtual tabletop of choice. Yeah, there we go, Emily. Cleric, of course, with them shout-out skills. That's why they pay the big bucks. I mean, I hope Shelley does. I'm kind of cool. I'm kind of interested to hear about these weird, like, house names for high. Welcome to high school in the UK, where we have weird poncy house names. So they basically, for no discernible reason, there's nothing to do with like where you are in class, like how good you are, like what set you're in, like for your aptitude. Like they just give you a house. You do some things related to that. You know, Susanna Grace was in Phoenix House. I mean, that's an out there name for a high school. They're usually like, you know, they're usually like people from history. They're usually like Churchill or like something like that. So Phoenix is out there. Conrad, your house in primary school was welcome. I mean, oh, okay. Named after a group of hills. Okay. So I was going to say, welcome's a very kind of catch-all kind of name for a house. That's a bit. Oh my god, Oz, you're a winner today, man. Agincourt, Alamein, I don't know where that is. Blenheim, nice. Trafalgar and Waterloo. Right, so all battles, right? See, that is more quintessentially British about high school. Like, so much more. Susie, it was a school that had been burnt down several times. Too soon? Is there a not too soon with that, though? Like, oh god. Like Aldrin, my house was Lee, Ward, Craig, and Wells. So they're all going to be like, I want to say generals, but they're not, are they? Wells is a. Okay, yeah, Oz. Oz's house is battles that the British won. Yeah, okay, there we go. Yeah, I was trying to guess what the Lee, Ward, Craig, and Wells is. Wells is more like Wells is a novelist, right? H.G. Wells, I'm guessing, maybe something like that. That can't be Daniel Craig. Founders of the school. Okay, right, that makes sense. There we go. All right, so we are ready now to pull up those swords and sharpen those lances and drop our pens all over the office and head into our tournament. Let's meet our cast of knights, knaves, lucky chances, the odd bard. Bit of product placement there. Charlie said she's ready to go, and I'm not seeing this transition to anywhere. So. I just kind of kept talking, didn't I? Hello, friends. We're in our first tourney match of the day, I guess. I was going to do a little bit of preamble first, so we'll just get to look at Hawkeye and Hermie's lovely faces while I do that. So all of our champions today, as they walk through portals, travel across mountain ranges and plains, get to this cliffside castle on a shore of a shoreline that stretches on almost to infinity. The sun is low in the sky, and atop this ruined castle sleeps a kind of silvery black dragon that, as you walk up to the castle, whose scales glimmer with a slight purple tint. You are greeted by a little army of kobolds, all with like really shoddily like stitched up tabards of various colors and heraldries, and like anyone who can recognize heraldry, none of them actually are. They're just really patchy shields and really patchy like scruffy tunics, and they're all running around with like silver plates and cutlery and like rotty vegetables, and like they're putting on this competition, this tournament for everybody, and they are trying to give you the best time you possibly can. Once everyone settles down, the spectator stands to the right, to the left-hand side, are filled with kobolds, all with little flags, big wooden fingers, pointy fingers, and they're like little rattles and stuff, and they're ready. In the viewing box, there's some like kind of specially done up kobolds with like nice hats and like really like badly knitted like, you know, doublets and stuff as they're trying to look posh in the viewing boxes. And then we arrive at the first contest. So let's start with Hawkeye. Hawkeye, would you kindly tell us who your knight, who your adventurer is, in a beautiful, who is their like, what's their introduction, and describe them a little bit as well for me if you can at the same time. Oh, you're muted.
I guess my button must have done double time. Anyway, my fighter is Cuchulainn, famous warrior of the Irish mythos, dating back almost to the dates of the Tuatha De Danann. He is a Goliath barbarian riding in on a white horse Enbar, loaned to him by the goddess of the land of youth for this battle, to represent everything that our nation and peoples are from. You'll see he's a large man. He's carrying a shield because he has to for this, but he normally wouldn't, because he uses his glaive, the gulbear, the bag spear, as it is called. And otherwise, he's carrying his shield, but that is the only armor he's wearing. He knows he does not need it, and since he serves the goddess Nemain, the goddess of the fury and frenzy of battle, why do you need anything like that holding you back when the true joy is the fury, the confusion, the victory of the battle, not clanging pieces of stupid metal against each other?
So the end of this rant, the kobolds in the viewing box who you are presenting to kind of look around, and the one that's kind of sat in the what you expect would be like the lord's or the king's like chair kind of looks over to everyone and is like, and everyone starts clapping, and the spectator stands are like, yeah, and they kind of all abruptly stop kind of all at once in like a strange like. And Hermley, if you could bring your knight forward, please introduce them and perhaps describe them a little bit as well.
So, actually not big, very slight figure. A man with an amazing sense of style. One of those, the big curly mustache, the goatee, rides in on a mule, a simple mule named Nagy, who is amazing, waving to the crowd. He temporarily dismounts and pulls a trunk from off the back of the mule and sets it down and sets open his merch trunk and tosses a few tabards with his own symbol, the lackadaisical griffin, upon it to some of these kobolds in the stands. And thank you for having me at this wonderful event. I wish to entertain, to bring glory to the field. I hope we can all enjoy ourselves and have some fun, and of course, let the bloodlust grow, and and even more importantly, buy some merchandise. He will pull a couple of torches and light them from his the little saddle, and sort of toss them on the ground and see the light. The fire without is equal to the fire within. Let's us all he's sort of trying to get the crowd up and shouting and get some excitement here.
All right. So as you're doing this, you look to see if they're actually reciprocating, and basically the kobolds are all fighting over the tabards to the point where they're punching each other and having a go at each other.
Yes, see, they have the idea.
There's one with 3 of them on because he's just won so many, and he's just took them over his head. Yeah! He's getting
my number one fan.
All right. So, as is the first joust, let's just go over a little bit of how this is going to work, folks. So, in terms of each pass, there are 3 chances to knock your opponent off their mule. So, at the beginning of this, you're going to choose a maneuver. So there are a few options: aggressive, defensive, braced, high in the saddle, and eyes fixed. Aggressive will give you a bonus to attack, but lower AC. Defensive will negate your attack, but increase your AC. Braced will reduce your attack, but increase your animal handling check that you might need to make. High in the saddle gives you a bonus to your attack, but a negative to your animal handling. And eyes fixed gives you +5 to your attack, but if you are hit, we have to randomly roll to see if you get some kind of lasting injury. The basis of each of these passes is going to be a normal attack roll. So it's a melee attack with strength plus proficiency with a lance, if you have it, versus your opponent's armor class. If you hit them, then you need to roll damage for the lance, but instead of applying it to their instead of reducing their hit points like you normally would, the damage you roll creates the difficulty of their brace check. So if you're hit, you need to make a brace check, and if your brace check is going to be a strength plus your proficiency in animal handling check, and it's against the damage that the opponent dealt to you. If you succeed, you remain in the saddle. If you fail, you are unhorsed and you are out of the contest. If one of the pair is unhorsed, folks, then we have a winner, the person who stayed on their horse. If both or neither, if both go unhorsed, then we go straight to ground and have to fight each other on the floor, as I said at the top. If neither are unhorsed, we have 3 chances. If no one is unhorsed by the 3rd pass, then we immediately go to ground, and the 2 have to fight in a magical melee combat to probably first blood or yielding or whatever. To 0 hit points, unless you want to yield. That's up to you. All right. So first up, we have Q Lane. And we have Sir Ambrose Servant. You line up at each end of the jousting fence. Prepare yourselves. You are wielding a shield, so if you're proficient, you have a +2 to your AC, and you are given a Tourney lance by one of the kobold squires. It's a D12 plus your strength for damage rolls. This attack is going to be resolved simultaneously, but just to start with, guys, if you can pick a maneuver for me, and then apply that to your rolls. We'll find out what you chose after the attack, just so you can't last minute change your mind compared to what your opponent did.
Okay.
And once you're all set, we'll use the Fantasy Grounds roller to together roll those attacks. So just roll one of the d20s in the chat box for me. So, Hermley against Hawkeye. Hawkeye, what is your AC?
My AC is, since I went with aggressive, my AC would be 12.
Okay. Hermley's lance, so Ambrose's lance strikes on the shield, but cracks as Q holds on their horse. Hermley, what is your AC?
My AC is 16.
Okay, so that is a hit. So, Hawkeye, if you can roll damage for me. So, a d12 plus your strength modifier.
D12 plus 3.
Okay, so, Herm, you need to roll me a 13 with strength and animal handling proficiency if you have it. Oof.
Impressive.
And Sir Ambrose just stays in the saddle as Q's lance smashes into the armor on Sir Ambrose's chest, and Sir Ambrose just tugs at his mule. What was your mule's name again?
The mule's name is Nagy.
A Nagy, like,
and I would like to, I want to embellish that a little bit and, sort of really flail backwards and just really sell it.
And
All
as
right.
you do, since I'm the Hound of Ulster, I let out the loudest wolf howl you've ever heard coming from a human's lips in your life, as I feel the lance connect.
There's a big cheer from the kobolds as the contestants meet, and Q's lance smashes against Sir Ambrose's armor. Thanks, Charlie. Okay, so pass number 2. You square up again at the top and the bottom of this jousting fence at each end. You are past, Hawk, you're past another lance. Both, in fact, past new Tourney lances from these kobolds. They're not the straightest lances you've ever held in your lives. They're pretty tattered and put together in like a shabby little workshop here, but they will do the trick. So exactly the same process. If you can pick a maneuver for me, and then when you're ready, I need you to roll those d20s. That's in from Herm. That's
Why didn't
only
I
a
roll?
5
There we
this
go.
time.
There it is.
And that's a 12. I don't think either of those are hits, are they? Because Q's AC is 13. And Herm, you said yours was 16.
Mine would... Yeah.
Hawkeye, what was yours, sorry?
With the aggressive roll, my AC would be 12.
Ooh. So that is neither of them hits again. So Ambrose's lance just glances off the shield of Q. Q, you smash your lance into Sir Ambrose's shield, but he is ready for it, and he stays on Nagy. All right. Lining up at each end of the jousting fence is the third and final pass of this contest. If neither opponent here is dismounted, then our contest goes to ground. And this is a simple knockout contest, folks. So there can only be one winner. So I'd like you to pick a maneuver for me, and I would like you to roll those d20s. That is a nat 20 from Q. and like a -2 from Sir Ambrose there, right? That was
Yep.
Just checking the right rolls. Okay. Hawkeye, I want you to roll crit damage for me. So roll me 2d12s, add your strength modifier. Are there any class features at all for Barbarian that would influence this? They're like extra, like enhanced crit or anything?
I'm not in the warp spasm, or I've not raged for this, so I don't have, and I don't have reckless or anything like that, so no other bonuses.
Okay, cool. So 2d12 for me, add your strength modifier to that. And Hermie, this is the difficulty that Sir Ambrose has to roll. Okay, 17. All right. Ooh. It is an incredible,
I am impressed.
It's an incredible hit on Sir Ambrose's shoulder, just nestles in there under the collarbone, and it's a sharp hit, but you still just keep one hand on Nagi's.
The secret is actually the mule keeping me up. I suck at it, but Nagi's just really good.
She's like just balancing like a plate or a cup, and she's just like underneath you there, right? Oh man, beautiful. Okay, we're going to ground, folks. First contest, and we are already there, which means you dismount as quickly as you can to get the upper hand on your opponent. A little kobold squire handed you your weapons. What are they, folks?
Huhulin throws down his shield because he doesn't need any. Pulls out his glaive, the gold bear. He's going to try to finish this off in the best way he knows how.
All right. Herm, what do you hand? What is Sir Ambrose handed?
He has a very simple but elegant rapier.
All right. It's going to be an interesting contest. 60 feet apart. I need you to roll initiative for me, please. Can't believe we've already gone to ground the first contest. This is gonna.
I can't believe I wasn't annihilated.
No, you're still in for it, right? Okay, so with a little bit of quickness on his side, so Ambrose is going to go first. Who is going to have to wait? As I said, 60 feet apart. You're going to need to make up that distance, but maybe strategically as well. What would you like to do, Herm?
I would, as an action, I will look at my opponent and say, it's a shame all that strength could knock little old me off the back of a mule. That's kind of sad, really. And I'm casting Vicious Mockery.
Okay. Magic is now permitted as you have come off your mounts. So yeah, roll the attack for me, and then we'll do the psychic damage. Or is it a save?
It's a save, yes.
So
Wisdom save.
Okay, what's your DC?
My DC is 15.
Oof. Okay, you're gonna need to make me a Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom? Okay.
Yeah, and the difficulty is gonna be 15.
Nope.
Okay, so you're going to take... Is it just 3 points of damage there?
3 points of damage.
All right.
And you have disadvantage on the next attack roll you make.
Oof. All right. You don't want to move at all?
I'm going to move back roughly 20 feet.
All right. 80 feet between you now as... Sir Ambrose stays on one side of the jousting fence to you. What is your first turn going to look like?
All right. The first thing he does is he puts his hand over on his chest on his left side. On top of the tattoo, there is actually the holy emblem of Nimain. Whispers a quick prayer to her in Gaelic and invorps the warp spasm. In other words, he is about to rage.
Cool.
Pulls
All
out
right.
the Golbear, and now he will, with a speed of 40 feet, he will dash to close the distance.
Cool. All right. Do you get any bonus actions for your rage at the moment?
Let's see. Nope, the rage pretty much is, let's see. The rage was my bonus action.
All right. No problem at all. So, top of the round, Sir Ambrose has this Goliath barbarian basically having, like, I imagine Hawkeye running through the jousting fence and just taking it, like,
Of course.
so now there's like a hole in the fence now, and there's a couple of working
Imagine the old Kool-Aid Man commercial. Oh yeah!
Goliath Kool-Aid Man comes racing like through the fence. A few of the laborer kobolds at the back of the spectator stands are just like, it's like pointing at like the broken fence. But he's on you now. But he hasn't attacked yet. You've got this opportunity with your rapier, with your fencing abilities, to stave off an attack. What would you like to do?
So how close is he?
5 feet, mate. He's in reach now.
Okay, cool. So I will remember that I tossed down a couple of torches symbolically at the beginning of the match. I'm going to cast Pyrotechnics. Thick black smoke spreads out from the target, which would be one of the torches, in a 20-foot radius, moving around corners. The area of this smoke is heavily obscured. The smoke persists for 1 minute or until strong wind disperses it. I've got a cloud of fog around me now, and I'm going to move around in that fog and hide like a little bitch.
All right, roll me the hide check.
You can run,
sneak.
but you can't hide forever.
What is my stealth? Holy shit. I didn't think I'd actually live long enough to use this. Hey! Them's my rolls.
All right, that's 4.
I jangle a lot.
Yeah, against. So you can. So yeah. It's all right. That's your turn, man. So about 15, 20 foot away, you can hear the jangles of Sir Ambrose as he tries to hide in this thick fog. So you absolutely got a chance to move in and attack, I think, at least. What would you like to do?
All right, since with the Vicious Mockery I have a disadvantage, right, on my first attack? Well, I'm going to negate that a little bit.
It's going to interrupt this joust. This breaking news is coming in. We have an anonymous donation. Sir Ambrose, you have advantage, sir.
Hey, nice.
Kai, please continue.
No problem. As the voice in the sky goes away, I decide to go reckless with this attack here to negate which will negate the disadvantage and will make it just even, right?
Okay.
And I will swing with my glaive.
Make the attack. I'm thinking that basically you probably cast like a wide swing because it's just like
it's a 10 foot. Yeah. It's a 10 foot reach.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, a 19.
So 19 to hit.
Yeah.
Well, actually, just the first roll because I don't have advantage. It's just even. Okay, so just the first roll. Okay. Sorry, my mistake.
Yeah, I took that 19. So roll me the damage, please.
All right, let's see. Damage with the glaive is +5, plus, since with the ability that I have of Divine Fury, he's also going to take an additional 1d6 plus 2 of necrotic damage.
All right.
Which I can do on the first attack.
15 hit points and an additional 3 hit points.
Massive 3.
Total
A strong,
of 18.
manly 3. I can only do that on the first attack, so I'm going to go ahead and do my second.
That's just your standard 114. Doesn't reach the 16 AC that I think you have.
All right.
No, it would now because I no longer have the shield. Because the shield was so.
Oof. All right.
That was dropped.
That's a hit. Okay.
Roll that hit.
Roll me the damage.
All right. 6 points of damage plus, as part of my pole arm master, I can do an additional 1d4 by hitting him with the bludgeoning end.
All right.
1d. It's just straight.
Poor Ambrose is
1d4
out in the smoke.
An additional 4 points of damage there.
Is that it?
That's it.
That'll be it for now.
You know those rights? You know, like the old Looney Tunes cartoons where there was like that smoke ball when two people were fighting, and you didn't know what happened, and then the kind of dust settled, and it's just like Pooh and his glaive stood over Sir Ambrose as his like smoke kind of goes. Everything goes quiet for ages, and the kobolds were like, and then as the smoke departs, there's just Hulain stood over the maimed body of Sir Ambrose as he's dragged off by some kobolds.
May I have a moment, Sam?
Yeah, sure, man.
One thing, okay. As I'm drug off, sort of like half in and out of consciousness, the kobolds, and of course I think Nagy would be, teeth pulling as she does. Two things I would like to do in the probably 30 seconds it takes them to drag my poor ass body off the field. One, I'm going to cast Major Image. From the ground, like the smoke sort of spins and comes together in the visage of some sort of demonic bear. And it comes up and snarls and just like spits at the crowd. And then dissipates. And into the sky, I will cast Skywrite. And it will say, "Beware the bear. She is an ill omen." And then I pass out.
And then as they cart him off, I go to him and take him by the hand as a warrior would, and say, "Strong in battle on the joust, you are a fine and worthy opponent. Many lucks to you in the future."
I will gurgle in response and nod knowingly.
Well, folks, your first semi-finalist is Hulain. Hawkeye, congratulations. I am sorry, Hermley. This is where we will be leaving you.
I'm not sorry, though.
There we go.
Oh, also,
immediately faded out. All right. So, Herm's advantage that he got there, he is lovingly donating to Hawkeye. So Hawkeye will be able to use that in his next contest, or the final, if he can reach that. Next up, after all the kobolds who have scattered from this crazy, scary image of the bear and have been glaring up at the sky, sit back down to their seats and get themselves back in. Next up, we have Lady Santa Mormon, as after that omen rides in with a bear emblem.
Well,
out her armor. So, yeah, please, Susie, introduce your character and give us a cool intro, heralding, and also a little bit of description.
All right. So, from within a tent just off from the jousting fence, there comes an almighty roar deep, loud, and it seems to echo from all the stands and within the viewing boxes. Probably like rattles a few goblets. As bursting out from this tent is a huge bear, a dire bear, and seated on its back is a young woman who is riding with her hair loose, blowing long in the wind. She's in shining armor with a resplendent, verdant green sort of sash, and she's holding her helm under her arm as she bounds around the sort of tourney grounds. She's smiling, she's waving, she's laughing. She points to like a kobold that's probably dressed a bit like Maid Marian in the Disney Robin Hood movie. You know, gives her a wink and a point. As she bounds to her side of the sort of jousting arena, and she places this helm on her head, and it's in the shape of a bear, and the fangs hang down over her eye, up below her chin, and she pulls out a golden faceplate and presses it to, holds her lance tight, and she waits for her opponent.
Nice. Eldritch, why don't you then introduce your character and describe them for us a bit as well? Still muted. Nope.
No?
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, it's saying I'm muted on here, but okay, I'll just keep that in mind. Show me updates. Okay, from the other side of the jousting tilts, I think it's called, I can't remember. There's another loud roar, seemingly encouraged by the dire bear. And approaching, dressed in, for a moment, I've completely forgotten from nerves what armor.
That's right.
Oh, my heart's going like that. Dressed in plate, scale mail, rather, approaches a very large minotaur, curved horns reaching up into the sky, and a very thick braid of black hair running down his back. Braided with totems and beads and feathers. Behind him, leashed very tightly, still looking at the braids, is a large, hideous creature, it too having two antlers reaching into the sky and two long curved tusks, with 3 eyes, two either side and one in the center of the forehead, glaring at any kobold that seems to catch his attention. The Minotaur finds himself in place and looks over the gathered kobold. Greetings to you one and all. I am Dithraga, the bull of the Moraines. I have walked into the Feywild and I have stared at scenes that would captivate your very heart. I have seen images that would drive men to madness. Yet not a sight as glorious as this display of honor and strength. I welcome you all to watch me fight, and to you, my ally in combat, my ally in blood, my enemy in this boat. I wish you luck, because I must be unseated, and I must be unseated by a warrior of great skill, blessed by the gods and their ancestors.
The kobolds seem incredibly impressed, and they're like cheering, and like they've got a little favourite going on. Half the stands going mad. Boy, it's great. For one, the first time you have seen a strange dragon atop the castle, just like opens an eye and regards you. We have our second contest.
One moment. I'm sorry, I'm late. Sorry. Hello. It is I, tiny little kobold, down here. Hello. My name is Hippie Killer, and I have come to introduce the great lady, Lady Sada Vermont, Fang, something like that. I wrote it down. Hold on. And the kobold reads through a great big scroll. It's about 6 foot long, about 2 foot wide. Him. Little tiny spectacles adjusted on the nose. Greetings, one and all. Lords, ladies, those of you sitting on cushions and those of you without bottom upholstery. You are all equally blessed, for I have the pride, the privilege, nay, the pleasure of introducing to you a knight, sired by knights. a knight who can trace her lineage back before the Seven Kingdoms. I first met her atop a mountain near King's Landing, praying to the Seven, asking for their forgiveness for the Targaryen blood spilt by her sword. Next, she amazed me still further in the north, when she saved a fatherless beauty from the would-be ravagings of a Dornish aunt. Wait, what? Okay. Pardon me. Scrolling on. And so, without further gilding the lily, and with no more ado, I give to you the Seeker of Serenity, the Protector of Northern Virginity, the Fang of Bear Island, the one, the only, Lady Sana! And at this point, I'd like to thank Hippie Killer for writing that, and also Susie. Sana has been gifted so far that I can keep up with 2 advantages, 1 disadvantage. I think another one came in. Keep an eye on chat. Oh, and another disadvantage. So that's 2 of each, I believe.
James.
Susie.
I'm feeling
And
a
Frax.
James. And
I'm Oh, boys, you're in trouble.
All right, I'm off. Take care. Goodbye.
Charlie, you have to come in as this kobold from now on. You have to come in as this kobold from now on. I'm living for this. Amazing.
I think my speech has been overdone.
Yeah.
And I was working on that for 3 hours.
Oh. So our 2 contestants line up at each end of the jousting fence, lances, shoddily made, wooden and splintering easily. I'll hand it to you by 2 kobold squires. The squire that hands Lady Mormont the lance has tried to copy the really badly the tabard, and I think for Detroiga, he's like put on a couple of party horns and right. Okay, and we are ready for our first pass of this contest. So what I need you to do in Fantasy Grounds for me is type in your little modifiers. So pick a maneuver.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go over some of those again. So aggressive, defensive, braced, high in the saddle, or eyes fixed. And then let us know after the roll. And then if you hit, we'll roll damage, and that will be the difficulty. The other person has to call for an animal handling check to stay in a saddle. Righty-ho. So attacking simultaneously, please make your attacks. A 25 from Lady Sana, and the Driger is a 15. How are those guys? Are they hits?
Nope.
That
Not
hits, yes.
Lady
Even with
Sana.
me trying to be defensive.
All right. Okay. So Striker is struck on the shield. Strikes your lance on Lady Sana's shield. It's shattering, splintering in your strong Minotaur arms. Lady Sana's lance strikes true though, and you need to roll damage for me, Susie.
Okie doke. Let me just double check. Yep. All right.
It's a difficulty 10 strength, and animal handling proficiency applies if you've got it.
Let me just double check so I don't make a mistake. Yep, +7.
Nice.
Yep.
A 19. It stays easily in a saddle. It's a good hit, but it's more academic than having some actual punch behind it.
Well played, well aimed, my friend. This is going to be fun.
The kobolds are all cheering. They're loving the sportsmanship. And you folks head to the either end of the jousting fence yet again as we make our second pass of this contest. So if you could pick a maneuver for me, folks, and then when you're ready, roll those attack d20s.
Oh.
Oof. 2 of the same. I think both hits, right?
Yep.
That hits,
All right.
and I was doing eyes checks, by the way.
Yeah, me
Nice.
too.
2 eyes fixed.
Oh, yes.
Oh, great. Right, where's my little eyes fixed thing? It's in my other little spreadsheet. Right, folks. We could get some scars from this. Susie, with a disadvantage, why don't you roll d20 for me?
Okay, with
On a
disadvantage?
Yeah, why not?
Can I use one of my advantages to cancel that out?
Okay, with a 4, you gain a horrible scar.
No! But she's so pretty.
Right, which we can frame later.
Yeah.
And Eldritch, I need you to roll for me. You'll probably get some awesome gnarly Minotaur scar.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking forward. I want to lose the eye. Damn it!
That's a 20. So you're all good. You avoid just at the right time.
A shame. I was looking to lose an eye. But at least I got a blow of you now, my dear.
Okay, it's
Dear
not-
lady,
that's
this
why
is
I'm
fun.
looking. So the 10 is a minor
Oh,
scar.
Okay.
Sorry, I was
Yeah.
looking at the wrong one.
Yeah, I was a bit confused with it. Okay.
Okay, so both hits. Please roll some damage for me. This will be your opponent's difficulty for their strength animal handling check. So, Eldritch, you're looking for a 13, and Susie, you're looking for a 12.
Okay.
Okay.
So is this like just a normal strength check or a strength saving throw plus animal handling?
Not saving throw, it's a check. So it's a,
Just
it's
check.
ability check. Yeah. So it's
Okay.
strength that your animal proficiency applies. Strike gets a 27 straight up. So he is good. And a 28 from Lady Sana is amazing. Both strong riders staying in the saddle with us this afternoon. And on to our third pass from what could have been a cataclysmic. So Lady Sana has to take a moment, right? Like, surely just has to, like, get the wood chips out of her brow and stuff.
Mm-hmm. It's gnarly. It's not nice.
Both of those lances, like, hit the helms. They just went, like, we're both going in, we're both going in. There's a moment between you of eyes just like, oh, snap, bam, and, like they hit both helms.
I imagine it sent like her faceplate flying off.
Yeah, no more faceplate. Drama. Yeah, the juicy
In
fruits
that
on it.
case, seeing that, Drago is going to reach up and tear off his own helm and toss it to his side, exposing his own face to his opponents.
Samuel, you're my kind of player. You can stay. It's a juicy fruit right there. Right. we are going. The third pass of this contest. If no rider is unhorsed here, we'll go to ground.
I need to let's see what to do.
You need to pick your maneuvers. And when you're ready, roll the last attack.
Let me just double check. Oh.
18 and a 19. Are they
18.
both?
Nope.
Okay.
Doesn't do it.
I was eyes fixed, so that hits.
Okay.
Should have gone for burst.
Okay. Susie, you need to roll that damage for me then.
Mm-hmm. Oops, nope, that's not how you do it. Whoops.
Let's just saying it.
That's how you do it.
There we go. All right. So, Eldritch, you're looking for a 12, and then we'll roll the d20 after that for the scars.
Okay, so rolling animal handling. Here we go. Oh!
Oh!
Just stays in the saddle. Roll that d20 for me.
Yep, I want a nat one now. I want a nat one on that. Let me lose the eye. Ah, damn it.
No, yeah, you're actually fine. What I am going to do though is just double check any effects from these. Oh, cool. All right. So apparently you get to roll. Oh, okay. Yeah, losing an eye. Minor scars don't have any adverse effects. You got a horrible scar, right, Susie?
I did.
Cool. You have disadvantage on charisma persuasion checks and advantage on intimidation checks.
Oh, okay. Good job.
Good
She's
on
already
ya.
got a girlfriend. So there we go.
All good. All right. With both contestants still on their mounts, this contest goes to ground. We start 60 feet apart on each side of the list. What are your weapons? What are you handed by these kobold squires?
Sana is handed a beautifully forged castle forged longsword, and it is beautiful. It is shining. It is gleaming. The hilt is fashioned in the shape of a bear's maw with like teeth sticking out.
Nice. Eldritch, what about you?
Shield.
So Daidraga jumps down from his mount, tosses aside the lance and the shield, and picks up 2 battle axes.
Nice.
Each of
All
them
right.
engraved with kind of Nordic features, Nordic runes along the hilt.
Beautiful.
Shaft.
All right. I would like you to roll initiative for me, folks. Normal combat applies. I don't think we're going to have much magic here, maybe. I don't know about your build, Eldritch, but it's probably going to be a good old-fashioned melee.
Ooh.
7 for Dodriga. And an 8
Oh my
for
god.
Lady Sana.
Both a bit slow off the start.
Yeah, all right. Susie, you're up first.
Okay, so she's going to move forward because we're like 60 feet apart, right?
Yeah,
Should I move
you've got the
forward?
fence with a gap in the middle.
Yeah. She's going to move forward 30 feet, and then she's going to hold her action, so when her opponent gets within melee, she's going to hit him.
Nice. All right. Cool. Yeah. Okay. Eldritch, what's your turn look like?
Okay. Give me a moment to think.
Sorry.
I think I'll do this.
Disembodied voice would like to announce double damage for the Minotaur.
Oh.
Is that for 1 attack?
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye. Goodbye.
So I'm just checking something.
It's all right.
Okay,
This
no.
kobold has to make a reappearance, like somewhere. I'm living for Charlie.
In that case, sorry about this. I've not really done Ranger before, so I'm checking over the spells.
No problem at all. We are going to see some magic. Sweet. Okay.
So Dithriago is just going to rear back and let out a bellow from the depths of his chest, a reverberating roar that almost seems to shake at the earth, and indeed small bits of rock and dirt start to climb through the air and wrap itself around one of his axes as he's casting Ensnaring Strike.
Okay.
And then he's going to charge in the 30 feet.
Okay. So you close the whole distance?
Oh yes. Moving
Alright.
straight in and taking that attack.
Okay. So, interrupting the turn, Susie, if you want to make your attack for me because you held your action.
Yep. And so
Ow.
because I'm a level 5 fighter, I get 2 attacks on an attack. So do I get both these? Because with the held action, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This will be fun.
Like a rules lawyer, I'm checking. I think it's when you make the attack action and you're making the attack action,
Attack action,
as
yeah.
this interrupts.
Okay, so the first one is a 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay, so that will be 1d8 plus 4. That would be 7 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And the next attack is an 18 to hit.
That'll hit as well.
Okay, and that one will be a 9 damage.
Okay, okay then. I'm just going to take both the blows and come at you with both axes. So I also get 2 attacks on attack action.
Alright,
So
let's
the
go.
first is, let me find all the modifiers because I am panicking. Plus 7 damage. Ah, 13 to hit.
Nope.
didn't think so. In that case, going to the second attack. 18 to hit.
No.
Damage.
Oof. That is some stonking AC. Okay, top of the round. Have you got any other bonus actions or anything?
Bonus action casting. That's it.
Yeah. All right. Well, then we're going to stop the round. Susie, you are up next.
All right, and so with a roar of her own, Lady Sana returns the blows with a 19 to hit.
Yep.
For 7 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
And the second one, a 26 to hit
Yep.
for 12 points of damage.
This is
And then
Kobolds have never seen anything like it. They're going crazy for this fight. These opponents hack at each other.
And then action surge. I do it again.
Go ahead.
Fighters, man.
9.
That one's caught on the axes.
19.
That one gets to.
Okay. And that will be for 11 damage.
Okay.
Eldritch, it's over to your turn.
Well struck. And he's going to collapse into a ball of mist and vanish 30 feet away. As I use Misty
All
Step.
right. Reappearing 30 feet away. Anything else you can or want to do here?
I am then going to back up a further 30 feet.
Okay.
And then action dash another 15 back.
Oh man. So what's the distance
If I
now
can.
looking like?
I would
75?
be 30 feet Misty Step, 30 feet back. I don't know if I can. If I can't move that far, I think that's the match. He would be backed away 75 feet.
That's what I thought, 75, right. So, having moved away, back further down the lists, back towards like his own pavilion, up where he's got his mount. Lady Sana, you have to close the distance. Or it's not here else I think you can do.
She's just gonna very casually just walk the 30 feet and she's gonna be like gesturing to the crowds and she'll like point and laugh at him like running away and do like very boastful sort of jeering to the crowds.
The crowd's going crazy, they love it. And they're itching in front of the fight. Anything else you want to do this turn?
No, No, she's just gonna walk forward 30 feet.
Cool. All right. Eldritch, your
So
turn.
45 feet away. Placing one of the axes on the ground, kneeling slightly, hand against the chest. May the ancestors guide my blood in this day. Casting Cure Wounds at second level.
Alrighty.
Because that was bad. That was very bad. So healing 15. Which doesn't get me too much. That's my action. And that's my turn.
Okay,
Waiting the
45 feet away. And moving back again.
No, not moving that. Sorry, waiting the 45 feet away, picking up the axe. Because I think I have a. No, I'd have to wait till next turn. Never mind.
Sure. All right. We're going to say that having moved pretty much most of the way back to kind of your end of the tourney ground again, if you go back out much further, it's basically a yield. All right.
Yep.
So you're at the very edge of the combat encounter now. As Lady Spanner, it is your turn.
Okay, so again, she walks forward the 30 feet and she's still hamming it up to the crowd. She's the hands up, she's smiling, she's blowing kisses to some kobolds. And as she stops at the 30 feet, she raises up her shield, brings up her sword, and she's holding that action for him to get close.
All right, she is 15 feet away. Eldritch, what would you like to do?
Double check something. So I'm just double checking something I might be able to do.
That's cool. No worries. Oof. It's tense. It's tense up in here.
Picking up the axe, pointing at my enemy. I have wandered the Feywilds. Your weaknesses are visible to me. Bonus action to use Planar Warrior. So my next attack will it will be force damage and I get an extra d8.
Okay.
And then moving forwards to be engage, taking the attack opportunity, taking the ready action.
Sure. Yeah. So interrupting your turn, Susie, make the attacks for me.
All right, let's go. A 15.
That one is caught by the axe and knocked aside.
Okay. A 9. Not gonna do it.
Caught on the horn and knocked aside. Where's your spirit now? And bringing the axe down onto your shoulder. Is the axe, by the way? Oh no, wait. Hold on, I should have been doing Constitution saving throws.
Oh, you have
strike.
a Yeah.
Yeah, should have been doing con saves for that. Let's see if that's
Do it.
still
Do a con save for me.
which would be +4. And no, my luck. Yeah.
So
That's gone.
5, not a DC, I'm guessing.
Yeah, no, it would have been at least a DC 10. So that spell's gone, but the axe is still coming down anyway.
Okay.
With a +7 to hit. Come on, dice. 26 to hit.
Oh, that'll do it. Yeah.
Finally. Let's see, that would be 2d8 +4 force damage. So if I find the dice, 17 points of force damage.
Okay.
The first strike, and the second axe comes up and tries to find any space between your armor on the second attack.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, I'm sorry to interrupt, but you're forgetting you have double damage, sir.
Oh!
Harder.
So that
Charlie,
is
how do you want to do
34.
this? Do you want to roll like a crit, or do you want to just double it?
Let's just do double. That's nice and easy.
Okay.
I mean, you say that, but Sam can't math. So 34.
34.
34?
And the
It's
second attack is
standard.
coming.
Yeah.
Alright.
With a 19 to hit.
That is my
Come on.
AC.
So that hits.
That hits.
Okay, so that'll be 1d8 +4. Come on. 10 points of damage. Still
You out.
standing.
She's out. How do you folks want to do this?
Can I describe this as thematically as I want?
Go for it.
In that case, as the axe comes down, the elemental energy fading away, the elemental strike, but the power of my ancestors, my experience within the Feywild driving, striking forth through, hits on the shoulder plate. No, that's not true. I can't remember. Cauldron. And knocks the lady forward as the second axe comes up and manages to catch along where you have your loose scar, deepening the wound somewhat. Sending you into unconsciousness.
Oh,
In which rear back and bellow once more. Both axes at my side before they come up and are dragged along my chest, spilling my own blood.
as a couple
Blood for
cheer,
blood.
some of the little medic kobolds come along with a stretcher, chuck Lady Sana in it, and get her off the
Oh
field.
dear. Lady Sada! Hooray! A new champion, my lord, please! The kobold switches sides, so fickle is their loyalty.
Ridiculous.
Those
Like,
damn
she
kobolds.
really just like puts her tunic inside out, and it's like different color.
Yep.
And,
I am actually interrupting for a purpose. As this this bout is ending, and I will let you finish, Eldritch Warlock. I am super excited to say that we are really close to our 100-pound goal today. Thank you all so much. I'm keeping an eye on those donations. Let's see if we can hit it. Let's see if we can smash it like Eldritch Warlock just smashed Lady Sana.
Oh!
Continue your outro.
Wow. Can I bestow my advantages upon Shauna? Yip the Smasher.
Yes.
And my disadvantages to Matt, please.
So that,
And,
I mean, they're in the same contest, so that's good. That works.
Yeah.
As a final bit, if I may, I'm going to accompany Lady Sandra to the healing tent, make sure she's well. She was a worthy opponent, one well fought and one who almost struck me to consciousness herself. I was down to 9 hit points.
Oh, I would have had you.
Yep, if I didn't have Misty Step.
Them's the dice. Them's the dice. Well, in that shocker, Lady Sana is out of the contest. Susie, it's been incredible to be gaming with you. We've got to make way
Yeah,
for
you
some more
too.
champions.
Right. I'm out. Godspeed. Good luck.
Thank you for
Thank
the
you
fun fight.
very much indeed. That's it. She's out. And Eldritch, you're on to the semi-finals. You are going to be against Lane, against Hawkeye. So there we go. So let's move on then. Thank you very much indeed. We have 2 other quarter-final bouts for you, ladies and gentlemen. Next up, we have Lady Dame and Oz Mills here. This is their quarter-final match, and I wish them all the very best. If you want to see them to victory, then do keep donating. We're very close to our goal. We would be very much appreciated. So, folks, please introduce your characters. Lady Dame, why don't you start and tell us all about your character and a bit of description as well, if you will.
All right. So, as the crowd is cheering, a little boy who's not much bigger than the kobolds comes running out. He's wearing a sweater. He looks a little raggedy, a giant sweater that's clearly been hand knit. And he begins. Please welcome one and all, the Granny of Gore, the Matron of Murder, the Crone of Calamity, Helena Weaver! And riding out rather slowly on this sort of spindly, kind of shaggy looking gray mare. An equally shaggy, sort of beat up looking older woman, probably in her 70s. As she rides by the little boy, she hands him a cookie. And that is our friend, Helena Weaver.
Kobolds go crazy for you! And the introduction. I particularly like some of the names chosen. Against her, Oz, why don't you introduce your character for us and give me a description?
So, riding atop a large bipedal human-like creature, which is covered in vines and with patches of bark all over its skin, poking through its flesh, a man rides on top of this thing's back. He steps down from it and walks in front of it, looks up at the kobolds who are in the stands, and says, I do not trust your small reptilian creatures, you strange creatures from your realm, to introduce me, so I will speak for myself. I, Wolf Stormchaser, have the courage to step through a strange portal into your strange land. I learned from your great worm, Nullifus, of great weapons to win and take home, and so I am charged with furious purpose this day. I'm not here to do such petty things like win vainglory, for there is no reward, but to be remembered in the stories as a hero. For when I win this fight, this weapon of Nullifus shall be mine, and I will prove my loyalty by striding back into my world in great wisdom and using that weapon in my quest to save my homeland of Semisuak in Wintermark from the Yatun and Thul who threaten our land. Understand that I have the pride and ambition to succeed this day, against this great foe here, for Ashenhor, for the Suak people, and for Wintermark.
You don't like kobolds?
You are from a strange realm, are you not? I have not been here before. What kind of realm is this?
'Tis a fine realm, ruled by illustrious draconians, and the draconians decide to favor the Granny of Gore! And
A
the
resplendent
kobold
offering.
blesses the Granny of Gore with an advantage. Thank you so much for that donation. As another donation comes racing in, and I hurry towards Streamlabs to read what it says.
The kobolds
Children
are
should be
indeed-
seen and not heard.
An incredible offering, however, whispers on the wind. Double damage for both players when they do both first strike at each other.
Oh, someone's getting unhorsed here today. Right. As the kobolds all seem to cheer for Helena Weaver, you line up at each end of the jousting fence, ready to test your luck. Please, as people have done so before, pick a maneuver for me first, and then when you're ready, roll that first attack. Oof. That's meaty.
Oof.
Helena Weaver with a 30, and Wolf with a 7. So I'm guessing the 7
Did
doesn't
I hit him?
I mean, I think so.
Yes, you
Smash.
certainly hit me. That was
Glancing-
that was meant to be even lower. That was a 3, so
Right, okay, cool. Glancing off the inner side of the shield straight into Wolf's chest armor, you strike a powerful hit. Please roll the damage for me, 1d12 plus your strength modifier. And double this, Oz, is going to be what you need to make in your strength animal handling check.
oh, okay.
Have fun with that.
Do I,
2.
do I,
Me too.
do I actually
think I
take this
hit him
as
really
damage
hard.
as well?
No
Okay.
damage being taken. So
I-
this just becomes the difficulty.
Yeah, okay, this is going to go really well. I hope I get a 20. No.
And folks, we've had 2 tight contests. We've had 2 going to ground melee fights, and in one foul swoop, Helena, oh god, what's it? Weaver
Weaver.
has come in and just straight up unhorsed Wolf Storm Chaser. That was it. That was the contest. We have a winner. So how folks, how does this go? How does this happen?
So
I'm-
from
go
from
ahead.
Vol's point of view, like when he gets on this creature and it runs, it starts lumbering forward. You can tell straight away that Volf is not in any way prepared to ride a beast. It's almost as though he comes from a place where the idea of riding some sort of horse or similar just isn't a concept that is known. And like he's bouncing all over the place, the lance is going everywhere, and he just looks like a complete amateur at this.
Helena, after thoroughly trouncing her opponent, rides over to him and helps him up off the ground, and goes into her bag and pulls out a blackberry pie to hand into him. You did so well, sweetheart. I'm so proud of you.
He appears speechless for a couple of seconds, takes it, and then reaches out to shake your hand. My lady, you remind me very much of a well-respected, a well-known woman known as the grandmother of Wintermark. You show great wisdom, and you have shown great courage and skill today. Thank you.
That's very kind of you, sweetie. Good luck.
Amazing. Oz, it's been short-lived, but wonderful to have you on Encounter Roleplay.
It's been amazing.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much. But our semi-finalist on this side of the contest is Helena Weaver. I mean, grats, Lady Dame. There we go. I had you as a bit of an outsider, I'll be fair, like the character. But good job.
Never underestimate the elderly. We can surprise you.
Right. Exactly. Cool. Thank you very much indeed, folks. Right. Well, so any double damages you can gift over, Oz?
Yeah, I would like to. I'm gonna straight up. I'm gonna stand in front of the crowd and I'm gonna big them up. I'm gonna big up this granny as to her skill and ability, in order to grant the Lady Dame here the double damage moving forward.
There you go. Another double damage. Awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. Right. Well, see, that's the trick. You use it in the actual like jousting bit, and you just unhorse people. It's brill. All right. Thank you very much. Let's move over to our next contest. We have Shauna and Matt. Hello. Let's hope for a bit more of a contest than the trouncing that Oz just got. Sorry, Oz. Matt, you're muted, I think. Nope, still going. Do you know?
The disembodied voice would like to advise that Matt may be refresh and try again.
All right.
But I would also like to announce that we have smashed our target for today of 100 glorious pounds, and we charge on down the lists towards future glories and riches. It does warm the dragon hearts, so.
Nice. Matt, we'll try you again. No.
What?
There we go. Suddenly, you're.
He
suddenly,
speaks.
You're on.
The stranger has a voice. Goodbye. My voice is gone.
So, like I was saying, a lot of people trying to fix this contest already, so I'm not certain how much of a show we'll make it, but we'll do our best, won't we?
You need to remind me of what you're referring to. There have been so many like donations and giftings and all sorts of stuff. Like you've got some stuff, right?
Several advantages got gifted to me, and several advantages were gifted towards Yip Yip.
Okay.
By the same person, one Susanna Grace.
Well, I don't know how she turns out, right? So
yeah,
there you go. At least you know she's not walking away with the prize. Okay, so Shauna, hello again. How are you?
Hey, good. Excellent. Get ready to get this on here.
You're playing Yip Yip the Smasher. Please introduce your character and give us a description.
Yes, so Yip Yip the Smasher is an overly large kobold covered in what looks like secondhand items from previous adventurers, striding out on the most terrified horse covered in spirits. And she just looks to the crowd and just says, "As you know, I am Yip Yip, and I'm representing the great Nerfalis. These tall ones do not represent anything but their own vain glories, but they will show the price. I represent the 9 Clutchburrows and Dragonkind. They wandered into our territory, and we will do what we've always done. Destroy them in our own times."
Amazing, right? The crowd go absolutely bananas. They absolutely love it. Yip Yip's obviously got a little home advantage going on. Matt, GM, why don't you introduce your jouster for us and give us a little description as well?
Yeah, so what happens is, after Yip Yip kind of comes up, this robed reptilian creature kind of hobbles forward on a staff. Its scales are like dull and tarnished gold, and it kind of regards the crowd and throws its hood back. You can see it's a draconic personage of some kind, and he announces, "Ladies and gentle serpents, wormlings of all ages, anyone else seated on a pile of treasure, I come before you today to present a champion of rare breeding, the son of a tinker. He has assumed a new mantle to seek his birthright. Hailing from the misty moors of Nightland, he is the savior of Lord Oriakin, the hero of Harfalen, the master of Malmene, true-born heir of the throne of Nightland. He is the Thorn Knight, the bearer of Queen Takhisis' vision, Sir Navam Belgard. And as this happens, this shadowy, flaming creature swoops across the field, and settling down into the list is what appears to be like the skeleton of a dragon, but it's wreathed in green fire and void. And seated on this this creature is a humanoid figure in dark gray chain, and he has a face mask which he lifts up, very haughtily regards the crowd, gives a firm nod, and closes the plate.
Right. Wow. That sets our scene, I guess. There is the with the Dragonborn kind of intro. The crowd kind of splits a little bit, so Yip Yip doesn't have the whole crowd behind them. But we are going to go into our first pass of this contest. So please, as before, please choose a maneuver for me, and then when you're ready, roll your attack roll simultaneously. The first pass, folks, of this fourth contest here, the last quarter final that we are going to have. It's a 19 from Yip Yip.
Should be. I rolled it. It came up as a 12. It should be showing the 22.
You need to drop it into the chat, the actual chat window. And a 20. Are those hits, folks?
Yes.
All
Yep,
right.
that's a hit.
Okay. Okay. So, Sean, if you can roll damage for me.
Okay. Ooh.
It's just a 5 difficulty for staying in the saddle. But Matt, why don't you roll as well there? And a 16 for you to meet with your animal handling check, Shauna. So, guys, it's a strength animal handling check. So the proficiency applies if you've got it. Otherwise, it's a strength ability check.
All right.
So this one. So, Matt, you're in the saddle. You're all good.
Oh no.
Oh no! Yip, just. I think, you know when someone's dangling off something? Like, one foot in a stirrup, somehow still, bounding along the floor. As Yip gets thrown off their mount. Yet another quick first pass. This time, just unfortunate dice. That's our contest, folks. A lot of the kobolds scream and gasp in surprise. The very few kobolds that have switched sides are cheering at their little champion of this contest, Sir Navam. Navam, what would you like to do? Mute again, Matt.
I swear I don't know which one without my indicators.
You're all good.
So, yeah. He rides past Yip Yip without a second thought. Just not even giving them a glance. Kind of glances to the crowd, gives them a polite wave. He turns towards the keep, seeing Nerfulus, and raises his lance in salute before returning back to the back, essentially, with his fire shadow.
And Yip, anything you'd like to do with the crowd as you depart the field?
How dare he use the dragon visage against me? illegal of some sort, isn't it?
This kobold like checking papers, checking reams and scrolls of stuff, like checking the rules.
Don't worry, we will get them once this tournament is over. They'll be ours. And she'll just stomp off.
Sure. That is our last quarterfinal. So, thank you very much, Shauna. I'm sad not to see more of Yip Yip, but what I saw, I enjoyed. It was good fun.
There are hundreds of us. Don't worry.
Hundreds of Yip Yips. They're all called Yip Yip. That's the secret.
You are getting chased off by a bunch of kobolds.
They're just giving you like this look, like.
It's just in totally silence. Everyone's staring at you. Oh, but Matt, well done. Oh my. Okay. Oh. All right. So we are just gonna break very briefly while I get another drink, have a quick bio, and then we'll be into the semi-finals. Let me just tell you very quickly who we have lined up for the semi-finals. We have Hulane, which is Hawkeye. We have Dedriga, which is Samuel. We have Helena Weaver, so that's Jordan, Lady Dame. And we have Sir Navam Felgard, Matt here. So well done, folks. We'll figure out some gifting of some of those advantage, disadvantage type stuff as we got into it, just because we got a bit excited and just kind of rolled dice that time. So we'll figure all that out afterwards. Keep on donating if you are. We'll be right back with us very shortly. Oh, friends, let me tell you, this has been a tense, exciting roller coaster ride of a tourney already. It's incredible. We've had some amazing quarterfinals. So let me just recap in my little spreadsheet thing I got here. So Huhulan, played by Hawkeye, and Sir Ambrose, played by Hermley, went up first and went to ground, if I remember rightly, and it was Huhulan and his amazing rage powers that managed to stomp into the mud, basically, as tried to step away. We could get a cloud shroud thing going on, but no match for his glaive, unfortunately, as Huhulan just kind of glaved his way through it. And as the dust settled, there was only one winner. And that was Hawkeye. He goes through to the semi-finals. Against one of these pairs, we had Susie playing a little channel favourite, Lady Sana Mormont, not Greenmont, that's a different house. And she was up against our friend and guest, Samuel, Eldritch Warlock, and his character, Dredriga. And this Minotaur bested Lady Sana. Having gone to ground again, it was a very tight contest, backing off a bit, having to heal, spending some of those spell slots, and bear in mind, no one's got time to take a long rest. So they might be in a little bit of a sticky situation coming up to the semi-final against Huhulan. But Dredriga is your semi-finalist as well. And then we had the granny destroyer herself, Helena Weaver, a lovely little old lady, as you might look at her, went up against Wolf Stormchaser, a LARP character of Oz's, and he put in some lovely little LARP jokes that, only I will have got, really, about horses and stuff. But in one pass, Wolf got knocked off his mount. So it's the little old lady Helena Weaver who goes through into the semi-final against Sir Navum Felgard, Matt, GM, his character. So Shauna's little Yip Yip the Smasher of the home favourite to try and go for the winning magic item of the tournament, unfortunately was unhorsed again in a single bout. So it was a very quick one in the last two quarterfinal games, but we've got some very exciting semi-finals. So that semi-final, Helena Weaver and Navum Felgard. We have absolutely smashed our donations target too, so thank you very much for all of those. A little reminder on my right-hand side here is cool stuff. So any donations are going to Macmillan Cancer Support. So anything from £1 all the way up to whatever you want to donate is going to them. You can just donate for a few quid if you want, that's no problem. If you donate for £5, you can bestow an advantage or disadvantage onto a player. We've already had some of those. We've already had to gift some of those away because people got knocked out. That's pretty cool. My personal little favourite here is that damage dealt is doubled to the player. So that's after your modifiers and everything. So they'll roll and then we'll double that damage. And basically that's a very easy way to unhorse somebody because they can just double basically what becomes the difficulty for the person to stay on the back of their mount. So that's a very cool one. At £10, at £30, you can go to ground immediately and get them fighting in a melee. Magic then is back on the table as well at that point. So that would be incredible. Charlie told me to remind you of something, and I can't remember what it is now.
Yes. If you don't mind me interrupting, Sir Samuel.
Crack on, crazy kobold lady.
I bring from the Mistress's Hoard, dice. If you would like to enter a giveaway, take a look at chat very shortly, because we are opening up a giveaway for Tabletop Loot Dice. Best dice in Draconia.
Thank you for
that is !loot, and thank you so much for all those retweets. Please keep the retweets coming. We will keep giving away dice as long as we hit targets. The next target will be 10 more retweets from now, so that will be 30 as the new target. These dice, of course, come from our wonderful sponsor, Tabletop Loot.
We can do it. We can do 30 retweets. And it's well worth it as well. Macmillan Cancer Support is a fantastic charity here in the UK, and they do lots of amazing work to inform, support, and just provide help all round for families and people who are going through cancer, from diagnosis through to treatment and beyond as well. So I guess without further ado, Charlie, maybe we should go into our first semi-final, which I think is Cuchulainn and Jadriga. So that's Hawkeye and Eldritch Warlock. Here we are, friends. Seamless. What an amazing producer.
Nailed it.
All right, nailed it. Okay, so we are back, folks. Just if you can, give us a reminder each of your characters as they step up to each end of the mounting fence. Hawkeye, remind us of your character.
I be Cuchulainn, the legendary hero and warrior of Ireland's past, dating back to the days of the Tuatha De Danann and others. Brave fighter, Hound of Hulan, the Hound of Ulster, purveyor of the fighter with the warp spasm that once he goes into this berserker-like rage, it takes many steps to get him out of it, which we won't go into at this time because it's not necessarily good for a family audience to hear about. But in any case, he has the gold bear, the bag spear, the magic weapon he was given to by the druid who trained him in all of the arts of battle, and looks forward to serving the goddess of the fury and frenzy of battle as he goes into this joust against what he has seen to be a very worthy opponent.
Beautiful. All right. And over to you, Eldritch Warlock. Just remind us a little bit of your character as they step up to their second contest.
But of course, Drago is a very large minotaur. His horns curving high into the sky, and his hair braided with beads of conquest from many a battle, adorned in armor that I can't recall right now, because once more I am too nervous. Dragging behind him this beast of nightmares from the Feywilds that he has colored his mount. And he's still done away with his helm, leaving the scar that he was given out in display, proudly having shorn away the fur so that the wound can be clearly seen in this glorious battle. And,
I'd like to think the kobolds will have tried to get to it, but just like you bought them off, you're like, nah, it's gonna look cool. Leave me alone.
Oh yes, pushed a few people, certainly threw a few across the room, and he's going to raise his lance towards Cuchulainn. And not.
I raise mine to point as well. You wear armor, I see. A true warrior, I beat my bare chest. A true warrior doesn't hide behind the metal. A true warrior only hides behind his blade. And I mount up.
A true warrior is measured in how much blood they spill. Let's see if you can spill mine. And he's going to mount up as well.
Well, with that, folks, we are on to the first pass of this semi-final contest between these two absolute behemoths of riders. Folks, I need you to choose a maneuver for me, as you did before. And then when you are ready, please roll those attack d20s together. Any advantages, disadvantages, use them now. Or
Why
don't.
is this not rolling?
Sorry.
There you go.
There it goes.
A 19 and a 27. Folks, does that hit?
That hits.
Yes, that hits.
All right. So roll.
And I
the damage.
used eyes fixed. So should I roll my d20 now?
Yeah, do it.
I'm going to do it at least once. Ooh, that's another minor scar.
All right, yeah. You're losing out on those persuasion tests for sure. Okay. Please roll your damage, folks. So this is not going to be hit points. This is going to be the difficulty your opponent will face when they make their strength animal handling check. It's big from
16.
Dreiger. That is big. Let's see what Cuchulainn can bring up.
Oops, I'm sorry. That should be just one. That should just be one die, not two. I accidentally hit the wrong button.
That's cool.
You
We
want
can
me
take
to
the
re-roll
first one. No, let's take the first one.
Okay.
That's the 11. It's the first one there.
That'll be
Plus
17.
We have 17. So, Eldritch Warlock, you're looking for a 17. Hawkeye, you're looking for a 16. Please roll me those strength checks and animal handling proficiency if you've got it. applies as well. Taking into account your maneuvers as well.
D20.
Didn't reach it. 14. Had to reach 17. Oof. Yep.
So Hulan makes it. Eldritch, did you make it? Did you say you've gone down?
No, what did he roll? Double check it.
So 11 and a 6, 17. So yeah. So he did not make the DC. So these two absolute beasts smash their lances into each other, passing both shields. And it's Cahulan that stays atop their mount. He holds firm, holds onto the reins with a strength that his ancestors gave him. The Dreiger just slipping out of the saddle at the last moment along the jousting fence at the bottom as he reaches it there and slams into the mud. The kobolds cheer their Irish champion as Cahulan will go into the final of this contest.
Huhulan rides Enbar, his horse, directly over to his worthy opponent, puts down an arm and offers to pull him up onto my own steed.
The crowds are going wild, and I have to interrupt this action as we get a mega donation arrive on my desk. A mega donation of 10, which would normally be double damage, but I would like to invoke the fury of the dragon in both of these players and send them to a fight on the ground.
Oh, go on then.
In that case, if we're going to ground,
drama, right?
I'm going to grab the offered hand. What do you say, friend? No mounts. Just us.
Pull him off!
And pull it to the ground.
And a fire lights in my eyes, and I allow him to pull me down, so I land on my feet in front of him.
Nice.
For the joy and the frenzy of battle, me friend.
The kobolds are gasping,
to our ancestors.
looking at each other, ready for these contestants to fight each other. You are within reach of each other. Immediately taking this contest to ground. Please make me your initiative checks. Let's see who manages to get the best attack in. You can in the. You see the dragon atop the castle lift its head and its long neck, and as you look back down, your weapons are in your hands.
In that case, you go first. Tide, you go first. Higher decks.
Okay.
This is going to be fun.
All right, then.
They're matched evenly, aren't they?
Immediately, I put my hand to my chest, invoke the prayer to Namain, and my body shakes and quivers as the warp spasm overtakes me, and I go into a full and mighty rage. And then I take the gull bear, and I take my swings.
All right. Make these attacks for me here. Okay, a 15 versus your AC, Eldritch.
15 misses.
Oh, okay.
Caught in both axes thanks to the dual defeat.
Just parrying
Second
ferociously.
swing.
Give you a
Second
attack.
swing.
Yeah. It's a 25.
That one breaks through and catches me.
Yeah. Okay. So Hawkeye, give us your damage there, mate.
So 1d10 plus 5. That'll be 14 points of damage. And since I'm in rage, I will invoke Divine Fury. And another 1d6 plus 2.
Very good.
For another 5 points of necrotic damage.
All right, 19 total.
Mm-hmm.
Is that your turn there, Hawkeye?
Yes, I can't do the Great Polearm Master because I used my bonus action to invoke the warp spasm.
Cool. Got it. Eldritch Mage, it's over to you. What would you like to do?
Let me double check something quickly. One moment. Da-da-da. Okay, I'm going to raise both axes to the ground, to the air. Sorry, blood dripping from my eyes from the necrotic damage. My ancestors stand with me. They shall taste your blood. And whips of air current ride around one of the axes as I cast Zephyr Strike.
Cool. All right.
And then I am backing away.
Uh-huh.
And because of Zephyr Strike, there is no attack of opportunity.
Okay. How far are you going?
And I am backing up 30 feet and holding
Right.
my action. Waiting for... Oh wait, no. He has a reach weapon.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'm
I have a
going to
10-foot
dash.
reach.
I'm going to dash and back up for, let's say 50 feet.
Good
And lower
choice. My
myself-
range is 40.
And lower myself in preparation for a charge. My horns pointed towards
All
Hulun.
right. Okay.
Excuse me.
Oh god.
Hulun, you feel a little tug. Hello, it is I, your little friend. I carry word from Lady Sana. She says you must avenge me. Your next
Oh, no.
attack, I believe you have better luck on it. And there's a glinkle of gold coins and a shimmer, and you are given advantage, Hawkeye.
Okay.
There will be
Alright.
vengeance.
All right. Cool.
Excellent.
So,
All right.
this
So
is in the middle of the
I hear
Tourney.
I hear the voice of Nemain inspiring me to battle. I advance my full 40 feet, and since I have the glaive and he went 50 feet, he is still within range of my attack.
I was hoping you
So I will do both attack. I will do my first. The advantage just goes for the first attack, right?
Advantage is
From the
yours,
donation?
like inspiration. When you want to use it, use it.
I mean, if I use it on, since I have dual attack, does it only count for the first of the two attacks?
Yeah, it's a roll. Yeah. So
That's what I thought.
yeah.
I wanted to make sure I did it. I didn't want to do it incorrectly.
That's cool.
All right,
think
so
you
I'll
can-
take the first swing with the glaive. Let's make sure I get the right bonus here. Yes, that's it. 25 to hit.
All right.
That easily hits, yes.
Are you using your advantage now?
No, I'll use it on the next swing.
Oh, all right. So 25 is a hit. Okay, if you want to do the damage for me there.
All right. Be 12 points. From there, the Divine Fury will give me another 8, and Great Pull Weapon, and being Polearm Master, I get the extra 1d4. With using the blend side, I'll do that now, in case I miss the first time, and then in case I do miss the next time. An additional 2 points of bludgeoning damage,
Okay.
and that's the first roll.
Still in the fight?
But I think that advantage is going to fuck me over. Sorry.
Maybe.
Okay, I will use the advantage this time.
Okay. Go for it, mate.
Okay, 16 and a 13.
How's the 16 looking, Eldritch?
That is my AC.
That is just a hit. Like, I rate like axes crunching down, and you're pushed down and then it
Onto my
slides through your defense.
I'm on my knees before you.
Right. Yeah.
For 8 points.
Okay.
Anything else?
Anything
I
else?
expected more damage
That's all.
rolls. Okay.
That's all.
Cool.
No,
Oh,
I can't.
fine, okay.
I used everything up on the first shot.
So Eldritch, that looks like you're back in, right? just. All right, make these blows count. Come on.
Okay, let's see. You're within 10 feet of me. I could back away, but I would just be running at this point, so
Yeah, right.
let me double
These
check
attacks.
something.
These attacks count. Oof.
It'll be.
Charlie, you little kobold, you made a good call here for the juicy fruits of this contest.
My ancestors will look upon me well, even if I should fall to you. Well fought. Bonus action, planar warrior. So my next attack does force damage and there's an extra d8.
Cool. Alrighty.
And then I'm charging forward and swinging the axe. And I'm triggering Zephyr Strike to give myself advantage.
All right.
Oh, wait, no. I need to roll. I need concentration to see if I can actually maintain. I completely forgot.
So what breaks concentration? Being hit.
I have my DC. Yeah, if I'm hit, I have to have a DC of 10 or half the damage taken in that blow. So I need to roll a couple of times. For each hit I took, I think.
Sure.
So
roll those saves for me.
So first is a 23, which I think is a save. How many blows did I take? 3, was it?
Sure. What's the normal DC? Let's speed it up a little bit. What's the normal DC?
The DC is either...
It was just 2 strikes.
10. Okay, so it's either 10
on that one.
or half the damage taken, whichever's higher.
Let's just make them 10. Let's just make them 10 for now.
Okay, well,
Yeah, make it
DC
10.
24.
I'm good with
And
that.
DC 15.
Great. All right. So you've got this.
In that case, triggering Zephyr Strike. Oh god.
Let's make it fun.
I'm so nervous. So I get advantage on this attack. So plus 7 to hit. I roll. The highest is an 18.
All right.
18 will hit.
Okay, so let me count
damage
this out. So, Planar Warrior gives a d8, Zephyr Strike gives a d8. I have a d8 from the axe, so that's 3d8 plus 4.
What type of damage are all these?
This is all force.
All force. Okay, so I don't get half on it. Okay.
Nope.
Oof. Oh. It's pretty good.
Oh,
9,
oh,
only
oh.
9. Only,
Oh.
I rolled a 1, 2, and a 3.
Oh. 9 total. Okay, take that damage. Okay. Anything else you want to do at the end of this turn?
I have another attack.
Okay. Cool.
Go for it.
I'm going to fall next round. There's nothing I can do. I can't disengage. I'm right there. So I'm going to use that attack, lodge it into your shoulder since you have no armor, pull you forward and slam into you with my horns.
Go for it.
My final attack as a plus 7 to hit. Come on. Oh, that's a d12. Oh, fuck.
Ooh.
That one.
Okay.
Yep, nope.
I see it coming even, and I just use the blunt end of the glaive to deflect it off.
Yep. Well played. Well played. A strike true.
Top of the round, I believe. Okay.
All right, first strike is only a 12.
Caught on one axe and knocked to the side. Come on, hit me.
Second
Prove your
shot,
worth.
only an 11. Ooh.
On the other axe, knocked to the side.
Yeah.
I'll just make you're back in the game.
My turn. Bonus action, Planar Warrior.
All right.
I'm
Let's
going
make
to
it
keep fighting
interesting.
to the bloody end. 19 to hit.
That will hit.
This is all force damage. 2d8 force. Get that d8. 10 points of damage.
Okay.
All right.
Then I'll go with the what should I do? This isn't optimal, but what the hell? Going in for the horns again with the second attack.
Go for it.
Oh, and I'm dropping. Oh no. Never mind. Ignore that. But yes, going in for the horn with the horn. 15 to hit.
15 hits.
Okay.
You take. Oh, sorry, +4, not 6. Is that right? Yeah. You take 9 points of bludgeoning damage, which you half.
Which will have to 4.
Let's say 4. I was going to say, rounding down.
Okay.
And again, just panting there, blood seeping from all my wounds because I am barely standing. Come on,
All right.
give me a good fight.
Let's see if I can finish this off here. 15.
Caught on the axe and knocked aside.
Mm.
Just staring you in the eyes. Hit me.
22.
22.
That hit.
Alrighty then. We will do 14.
Can you add more to that damage? Because I would like to see
That's what I'm going to do, and I wanted to see if it was going to take you down first before I did the Fury.
We'll go all the way out.
Divine
Let's see
Fury of 8. And we
So
will
that's a
do
total
the
of
Great Polar Master
22.
for 3 more.
At -20. Please describe how you knock me out. I really want to know.
Seeing that you are worthy in battle, rather than taking the blade end, I take the side of it and just take that and swing it and get you flat on the side of the head, aiming to make sure I do not hit your horns. I will give you the nobility of not striking there, and just the flat side of it just does the stunning blow to knock you out.
If I can add a bit to that,
Feel free.
I'm going to say you hit the shorn part where I've already exposed the wound I took from Lady Sana, who doomed me.
And then as you fall, I pick you up off the ground, get you in a fireman's carry, and slowly walk you to the healer's tent.
All the little kobolds
Myself.
are cheering loudly, screaming your name, as Cuchulainn is the finalist we have in this contest. Whoa, juicy fruits, folks. Eldritch Warlock, thank you so much. It has been an absolute pleasure, and some
Thank you so much
fantastic
for having me.
roleplay and some fantastic combat too. Not a problem
I
at all.
enjoyed every moment of it. Thank you so much for letting me come on, and thank you, Hawkeye, for such a wonderful fight and a wonderful way to knock me and the Draga out of the tournament. I wouldn't have it gone any other way.
A treasure to take on a true and noble warrior.
Fantastic.
And let me honor you by honor you by taking you to the healer's tent myself to make sure that you are taken care of in the way a proper warrior should be handled.
Well, congrats, Hawkeye. You're our first finalist. Woo! That's about that.
Alrighty.
Yeah. That was awesome, guys. I had loads of fun just watching.
Lots of fun there.
Cool. All right.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, Hawkeye, we'll see you in the final. Again, Eldritch Warlock, thank you so much for joining us.
Of course, it was my pleasure.
No problem. So let's move over next to our semi-finalists. Lady Dame and Killer GM, hello. It is your turn to face each other in the lists.
Quite.
Just remind us again, first Lady Dame, about your characters as you make your way up to your positions at the top at both ends of the jousting fence.
Well, the venerable old lady rides out with a trail of probably about 12 children. I don't know. I lost track of the grandchildren a long time ago. And as she rides out, she tosses toffees into the crowd. Toffees wrapped in golden wrappers, and waves. Just waves. Ready to face her opponent.
The kobolds are like fiddling with these toffees, like trying to figure out what to do. Some of them are like sticking out their nose, some of them are like doing weird stuff with them, and then one of them puts them in their mouth and like, ah! And then everyone starts like chewing on these toffees.
Mm-hmm.
Proper words, original.
Mm-hmm.
Matt, why don't you tell us about your character again?
So Cernavem would wait for the good granny to do her intro, and then you kind of hear that low thrum of something overhead, and you see this ring of fire loop through the sky before swooping down into the lists is the fire shadow, and seated atop of it is Cernavem. He again just kind of gives the little salute to the crowd, nods up to the host, and is just ready to go.
Very cool. All right. So, why don't you remind yourselves, or remind me as well, helpfully, just if you've got any advantages, disadvantages, stuff that's going on?
I have 1 advantage and double damage.
Okay.
Believe I've got 2 advantage and 2 disadvantage.
Okay, so the disadvantage and the double damage are gonna happen on your first rolls, and then once we're out of those, you can go into normal rolls. You can use your advantages at any point you like. I will say at this point, unlike my decision earlier, like if you want to use them to cancel out a disadvantage you might have, then you can do so as well. But so your advantages are absolutely your choice, but the disadvantages and the double damage will happen as immediately as they can. Sure. All ready? Cool. Cool. All right. So, having lined up the first pass of this joust, this semi-final between like the Nana Knight and the Spoopy Knight, please, as before, pick a maneuver for me, and then when you're ready, roll your attacks.
Yeah.
Oh, Navim is a miss. Like a
That's
plain
fine.
miss.
He counted on that.
His lance just goes sailing past you as the Nana Helena Weaver gets a hit in, like a good
Actually,
hit.
she doesn't.
Okay.
Out
Just
of
barely.
24.
Riding defensively with a shield.
Oh.
That's why I only had a +1.
Wow. All right.
Steps up.
All right.
Like it smashes on his shield, your lance, like, and it smashes into absolute bits. Like there's no lance left after you've done that. Like for the strength of that has surprised everyone in this crowd of the Nana Knight. So that
Strong.
yeah.
Strong boy. All right.
Yeah. So yeah, even that disadvantage for Navim would like have netted that one. So double damage will only occur when you've actually hit. So you've still got that in the bag. That's all good. There.
That's the trick.
Yeah. All right. So second pass. I believe you still have a disadvantage here on this second pass here, Matt.
Yep.
We're just waiting. We're just waiting to see your double damage, Lady Dame. But Matt, do you want to use any advantages just yet?
No. There's no need to yet. He's what's happening is Cernavem is actually keeping low, kind of using the smoke of the fire shadow to keep himself like obscured while the shield is maneuvering.
Okay.
Just being very, very cagey with his attack.
Okay. So pick your maneuvers for me, and then when you're ready, make your second attacks.
Oof.
The 26 will hit this time.
Fantastic. That actually hits me as well.
Okay.
And I guess I should roll a d20 on that because I did eyes fixed.
Yes.
Oh
please.
dear.
Yeah. You're okay.
That's fine.
Good grades. It's not
All
Granny's
right.
fine. Granny's just
Granny's
fine.
made of tougher stuff.
Right.
So she is. So
Right.
is.
So where are we? Yeah. Please, each of you roll the damage for me. Lady Damus will be doubled for you.
It's a
Oh
30
no.
Again.
2.
I roll.
No. I'm gonna go ahead and roll advantage on this. Go fishing for a crit. Actually,
All right. Crit. I'll let you stay seated. It's not
That's-
usual for checks, but I will let you stay seated.
it's drama. It's the drama.
Right. Okay.
That's 7. And a 9. Nothing doing. But
So
I
I-
believe Granny also has to make one. Yeah.
I do. And I have to try and beat a 15 on this. Is that correct?
That's right. Yeah.
Yep.
Can I use my advantage on this as well?
Didn't you already use advantage?
I have not used my
gosh.
advantage yet.
No, I didn't think so.
Oh.
So yeah, go ahead.
Yep, I'm gonna use that advantage.
Remember any modifiers from your maneuver.
Oh,
just in
thank
case.
goodness.
So just 15.
I have no modifiers for this.
Okay. So the Granny Knight just stays in the saddle, as I believe Sir Navam is knocked off the weird shadow demon thing.
Yeah. As the lance finds its mark, I expect Granny would probably do something like tilt up to kind of try and extricate him from his position, and he goes flying. And as he does, the fire shadow like collapses into bones and ash, and he'll skid along the ground a little bit from the force of the pit. Surprising
Naughty
strength
boy
from
is
an
playing with things. Naughty boy.
All right. So with cries of "Granny, Granny, Granny" from the stands, with like toffee
Oh, so good.
chew mouths. Unfortunately, Spoopy Night is not saved, and we have our second finalist of the night. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations!
Thank you. I make sure that he gets a pecan pie. I have one saved just for him.
Amazing.
He
Oh my
opens the
days.
visor and kind of like you see he's got a living face. He's a living person, and he just kind of. Not bad.
Oh, amazing. So congratulations there, Matt. Thank you so much.
Thank you as always, Sam. Great to be
But-
on.
Yeah, of course. Charlie, where do you want to go from here? Where does the little kobold want to send us?
Little kobold thinks that the wise Sir Samuel should explain to the crowd the prize that our champions will receive
Right,
when
well, I
they
was
win
coming
the
to that.
tournament.
I was coming to that. Totally. All right, let me get the PDF up because I have made a little thing. So
Good. I have buttons to press. Hold on. Okay.
we go.
Now you'll talk.
All right. So we have Hawkeye and we have where are we? Jordan. We have fighting for this prize in the final. It is as presented by this little line of kobolds, an obsidian lance with a dragon's tooth bound to the front of it. This is Nerlifus's tooth, a legendary lance that requires attunement. Mounted on black obsidian shaft sits a jagged, broken tooth of the ancient void dragon, Nerlifus the Dark. Its unimaginable cosmic power devours the mind of those that are struck by it, but also those that wield it. You gain a +3 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with this lance. It has the following additional properties. Pull of the Void. As a bonus action, you can activate Nerlifus's ancient celestial abilities by speaking the command word of the dragon that bore this tooth. The next creature you hit is pulled towards the void and is dealt an additional 1d10 force damage per 10 feet you move before you attacked in the same turn. It does have some sentience, though. Nerlifus is a chaotic, neutral, ancient void dragon connected telepathically to this weapon, with intelligence of 18, a wisdom of 15, and a charisma of 23. It has hearing and blind sight out to a range of 60 feet. The weapon can speak telepathically to its attuned wielder. It has a mid-toned, smooth voice with distant jadedness. It can also read and understand spoken, celestial, common, draconic, infernal, primordial, and void speech. Personality. Nerlifus speaks with a soft, bored tenor tone with a distant attitude. It doesn't care for mortal concerns, but is deeply concerned with any cosmic imbalances or manipulation. The tooth can only be won from its owner in a fair contest, never given or stolen. It's up to Nerlifus what constitutes a fair contest. This, folks, is your prize, and that is all certified with a little PDF certificate I made that I'm going to send you once you win. If you win. That's what we have. Charlie, how are we looking on like the totalizer? We've done really well tonight, right?
Oh, the dragon is very pleased by the audience. They are doing a great job raising money for Macmillan Cancer Support. I am, of course, Kobold number 5, which is why my voice is very different from the first Kobold you met, who was Kobold number 1, who is cousin to Yip Yip. Yip Yip the Smasher was a very, very fine entrant. And I am pleased to report, that's right, news just in from Kobold number 6, that we have raised £120 for Macmillan Cancer Support.
That is awesome. Utterly awesome. Totalizer has not been a phrase that Oz has heard since Blue Peter. For those not in the know, Blue Peter was a kids show in the UK here. Is it still going? I don't even know. Anyway, it has a long historic past. So thank you everyone in chat for donating. Thank you very much for supporting us and supporting Macmillan Cancer Support. We are about to go into our final, folks, unless Charlie needs some more filler time, in which case I'll just ramble on about what I've been doing.
I think it is time for the finale. We cannot keep the people waiting. Hear them cheer. Granny! 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 They missed the bit where you pronounce that name, but they are trying very hard.
That's one half has changed into like green druidic stuff, and the other half has changed into like knitted sweaters, and it's just like consuming vast amount of toffee.
All right, let's bring in our champions, Sam.
Right, I'm enjoying my kobolds. Leave me alone. All right, here we have it. Hawkeye Laser, I hope you heard my little magic item I got to give you if you win.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like quite the prize there.
Hold on. Something's
Sam,
going
your mic
on.
has gone funny.
Yeah.
Hold on, just a moment. I apologize, I'm having some technical difficulties with Fantasy Ground. For
That's
some reason,
okay,
it's
but also
being funny.
Sam, your mic is still out. We can hear like the tiniest amount of your voice. So I, the Kobold Twitch director, who is here on Encounter Roleplay running things right now as disembodied voice number 4, shall fill this time while we get this microphone working again. Someone plug in the amplification device! Okay, so where was I? Today is the grand tourney. The dragon has been dour, unamused for so long. So we lured in these cunning mortals to rise against each other, to clash like titans on the field, to destroy each other and shower the field with blood. I mean, to make good friends and be good sports champions. Honor band all. Mr. DM, is your mic working now?
Am I back now?
You are back now.
Hooray. I got like a little bit of that. I'm not gonna lie, it made me worried.
I'm back.
Okay. We have our Irish folklore hero, and we have our Granny Knight squaring up at either side of the jousting fence. Please just remind me if you've got any like donation things for like any advantages, double damages, anything like that.
I have
I
one
am
advantage left over from the previous battle.
Okay.
I'm out. I have used all of my things.
Okay.
Just
Well, because I'm a fan of a joust, and I'm a stickler for the rules. We are like not going to go straight to ground or anything just now. We are going to have a proper joust for that. So it's all to
Excellent.
play for. We could be out in like
Oh,
one pass.
excuse me, my mouth was glued together. We have an advantage for each contestant. Little blessings for little friends.
wonderful.
Thank you very much,
Right.
Clerical Code, for that donation.
Thank you.
Yay.
Okay. I guess I have two.
You just got to witness my terrible
Wonderful.
heart hands there. I can't do them. Anyway, yeah, can't do it. Just no dexterity whatsoever. All right, on with the contest. So, as you are given fresh lances and line up at each end of the fence, please, for the first pass, choose your maneuver for me. And then when you're ready, roll your first attack.
Okay. All right, what's going on? Hang on. Okay, something went wrong with my screen there. Sorry about that. Come on. One. Ooh. We both natted?
We have two nat 20s.
Wow.
I think we're both serious about this one.
That is amazing. I really want
That's
the
a
two
good
of
way
you to
to
take it to
start
the ground. Right, so it's both crits. Please roll. Double your damage. So, damage dice twice, then add your modifier at the end.
Okay.
Any high in the saddle? Any eyes fixed? Anything like any eyes fixed?
Eyes fixed.
I did
on me.
eyes fixed.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Roll some d20s for me, just straight d20s, and then we'll find out if you guys have got some injuries.
Ooh.
So Hawkeye, Hoo Lane has lost an eye.
Mm.
Let me just check what that
I'm fine.
means.
Sorry,
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah.
Modifier wasn't supposed to be there, but I'm fine.
That's cool. Granny's good. Granny's good. Alright, roll the crit damage for me.
Hoo. Granny. Hoo, granny.
Amazing.
Sorry. I'm not very
alright.
good at all of this newfangled technology.
Hubble bubble, while in trouble. We've doubled the damage for Granny. Thank you
Have
very
we?
much,
What?
Osmel, for that donation. Yes, we have.
Oh my. Okay.
How do I make it too? There we go.
Hawkeye, you've got disadvantage on perception checks, and that rely on sight and range attacks. At the moment.
Okay.
So that was from the crit.
Were those d20s?
Those were 2d20s, yeah. For the you're right. Oh, I can't roll. Sorry. One
Roll me
moment.
2 d12s.
So now we know Granny's secret.
right?
I'm not
Just rolling d20s.
cheating, I swear. Hold on. Oh gosh. It's a new system for me. It's fine. There we go. I
I
got
think whatever
this.
happens, that Hooker Lane's
There we
got
go.
like
Try that again. Okay, that's better.
just a lance stuck in one eye socket. PG violence, kids. So that's
That's not a real
15. Doubled is 30
30, yeah.
for the so 30 is your DC, Hawkeye, for your strength animal handling check.
Only 30?
Yeah. Did you roll your damage?
I thought
yeah,
I did.
his was 20.
20. So
Yes.
so Lady Dame, 20 is your target for your strength animal handling check.
So, I think I may have understood this differently. Is it my strength, my animal handling, and my strength? Because those are, or just my strength.
Animal handling
modifier?
is strength.
Well, so it's a
Wisdom.
yeah. Normally it is. So this is a strength ability check.
Okay, great.
If you've got animal handling proficiency, you add your proficiency to this check.
Delightful.
No worries.
That makes it better.
Remember your maneuvers. If you've got any modifiers to this, negative modifiers or anything, you need to make those count too.
And reminders about advantages from the dragons.
Any
No way I'm
advantages?
going to roll a 30. No way I'm going to roll a 33. Even if I crit,
it
it's
20?
a 20. It's
Yeah, 20 was your target.
Right, yeah. That's fine.
Okay, both riders fly off their horses as two strong hits smash into each other. Huhulain is left with like a lance sticking out of his eye socket, and he's just like, whatever.
I pull it out and say, whatever, and I throw it away as far as from me as I can.
Rolling up off the ground, the two of you are given your weapons, and 30 feet apart, you stand ready to engage in melee combat. Please roll your initiative checks for me. You can use your advantage if you want to here.
I think I'm going to use my advantage there.
Okay.
I'm not.
Roll again for me.
One of my advantages there.
Oh dear.
Okay,
It's
so
fine.
Huhulain has got the rage in him and he's ready to go. First of all, so Hawkeye, your turn first.
All right. Bonus action. Hand goes to the holy symbol of Nemain on my chest, and I invoke the warp spasm, and go into the rage, and then I pull out the gold bear, and it's time to swing.
Go for it.
Oof.
Ooh,
Nat 20.
Nat 20
Ouch.
per shot.
Oh. Ow.
1d10. Actually, I'll be 2d10 plus 5, right?
It will.
All right. So that will be 15 points of damage. Plus, I'm going to go ahead and invoke Divine Fury
Oh.
for an additional d6 plus 2, so an additional 6 points.
Oh.
Then I'll take my second swing. 15. Does that hit?
15 does not hit.
Okay. And with that, I am done.
Okay, Lady Dame, over to you.
Well, this is the first time Granny's gone to ground. So she pulls out from behind her a giant great axe. There's nothing fancy about it. It's just a big axe.
Yes!
That's it.
I love it.
Nothing. It's just plain. But it does
Speak
the job,
softly and
really.
swing a big axe.
Exactly. So, let's see.
Yeah, Matt's got it. There's cries from the crowd of Axe Granny. Axe Granny! Axe Granny!
You know what? I'm going to use my advantage here.
Go on, go on.
Oh, man. Oh, that, I mean,
Well, it's
the first one was the 16. 16's
Yeah,
the
that
higher
will hit.
one.
That
Oh,
will
it
hit.
will. Great. Wonderful.
Great.
Just see. All right. Where did that show up? Oh no. I rolled an 8 plus 4 if it's not showing up, which it's not because apparently I keep getting disconnected.
Oh no.
I know.
All right,
Yep,
8 plus
that's-
4,
8 plus 4, sorry.
12. So,
So 12 is
damage.
that? Is that slashing?
Yes, enough. That
Okay.
is Yes, slashing.
So that will be halved to 6 and some raging.
Right. And that's my first attack. And then I have a second attack. Oh, I keep bloody mirrors. Sorry, my internet connection on this is terrible.
That's all right.
No problem. Take your time.
As Lone Cauldron says, hang in there, Granny.
I know. Oh, wait, there it is. Okay, here we go. There we go.
That
There
will
we
hit.
go.
Definitely a hit.
24. And... 4. Again with the great axe. Just hitting it as hard as I can. Oh, another. That's 12 again.
Halved to 6. Okay.
And, let's see. Else kind of fun things. I'm gonna... Sure, you know what? That really hurt. Granny's very upset, so she's going to use her action surge.
All right.
Get it in while you can.
To hit 2 more times. Right? Yes, that's how that works. I've never played a fighter before. Fun facts, friends.
You're doing well for
nope.
it. I think
13 will miss.
Calling.
And one more swing. Oh no. Granny's getting tired, children. Neither of those hit.
Granny is flailing towards this barbarian Goliath.
He's very handsome, I'll give him that. I did always like a handsome face.
But he was only this tall when you saw him last, right?
Oh, it's true.
My, you've grown. So, Charlie, did I see in chat somewhere we got some double damage for Hawkeye? I think we did.
Oh, I don't know. Let me check. Hold on.
I saw lots of screaming.
Oh,
I think Frax donated it.
Let me look. I am loading right now. More power to the machine. Hold on. Tense
The
moment.
kobolds need to run a bit quicker.
Yes. It says,
Run fast.
It says, May Huhulan ends this swiftly from Frax.
And he says in chat,
Double
yes,
damage.
it was I. Frax, double damage.
Mhm.
All right. Here we go. First swing. 14.
Misses.
Just parries with that great axe.
Mm-hmm.
Second swing.
That'll
25.
hit.
Gets
Yep,
through the
That's
defense.
gonna nix Granny.
All right. So, double damage since we already have it there. We'll go ahead and hit that.
Oof.
20 points of damage.
All right,
Plus,
yeah,
we'll
yeah.
go ahead and invoke Divine Fury
Granny goes down.
for another 3.
That's... Yep. Granny is down.
Oh,
the
poor
count.
Granny! No! Oh,
She
well,
kind
with
of
that,
crumbles into a pile. All these old bones just can't stand up like she used to.
Hawkeye, how do you finish her off?
Ow, my hips.
Huhulan may be a warrior and a barbarian, but he's also a gentleman. Rather than swinging for the head and doing anything like that, he just takes the glaive and uses it to swing at the knees to knock her down off her feet and let the landing on the ground finish the job for him.
Ow.
And then when he sees that the battle is done, he puts his shoulder behind her head and picks her up and slowly tries to walk her over to the grandstand before the dragon who is judging before us all.
And the little kobolds carry the lance, the obsidian lance with its dragon's tooth strapped to the end of it to you and present it to you as the champion of this tournament.
I sort of wink at the crowd like, maybe. Being carried by the very handsome barbarian warrior is maybe not the worst thing for Granny in the world.
It's a good consideratory prize, right? It's all right.
And then after we've presented ourselves, I help her get to the healer's station
Beautiful.
You're so kind.
to reassure her that the battle was for the prize in the contest, that it was not any animosity towards her at all.
Beautiful.
You're
There is
good
no
lad.
animosity at this kobold feast that happens in the evening. All our contestants enjoying the various weird drinks, all the awesome food. But congratulations to Huhulain, Hawkeye, you have won our Encounter Roleplay Monthly Meatgrinder charity tournament. Congratulations.
Yay!
Thank you. It was an honor and privilege to compete against you all.
And I will be sending
Had a
you
great
the
time.
actual certificate of
Okay.
this magic item for you to present to one of your DMs and say, please,
All right.
please let me use this. I won it in a thing.
Next time I play with this character for real in an adventure, I will make sure I bring it with me.
But does mean you have that now you're like committed to playing this character too in another thing.
Hey, well, I'm just looking. I've created him for playing. I've used him once or twice, and I'm looking. Hopefully, we'll find a campaign sometime to use him.
Nice. He's
Amazing.
very Camelot-y as well. I really like that. What's the what am I thinking of? The tabletop game, Pendragon. He's fitting to Pendragon so well, right? That'd be awesome. Thank you everyone here for joining us and playing this fun,
Thank
stupid
you.
kobold
This has been
tournament.
great. been so fun.
Quick thank you.
The only thing now, I've got to go
It's
to the
great.
main to get some healing for my eye.
Yeah, you got like no eye.
Probably wise.
And Eldritch Warlock, thank
Or
you for
maybe
your,
I'll just wear an eye patch to look even more fearsome.
there you go, right? But thank Eldritch Warlock, thank you for your awesome Minotaur. Thank you, Lady Dane, for your amazing Granny Night. That was just freaking awesome. And also thank you for bringing your LARP character to our Sunday night.
You're welcome.
Grinder. It was awesome. And big thanks to our little kobold in the sky, Charlie. Thank you so much.
Oh, hello, it's me. Hi. I am very proud to announce that the Dragon's Hoard has amassed for Macmillan, and we have raised £160 today.
Awesome. That is awesome. All of that is going to go to charity supporting families that are dealing with cancer and patients as well, providing support information, all that kind of cool stuff. And that will be on its way to them very, very shortly. Thank you all very much in chat for donating, if you did, for helping these lovely people out in the contest, but also, go Granny, but also for supporting a really, really worthy cause as well. Is there anything else I need to say, Charlie? Or are you going to
I
plug
think
some
that is
stuff?
everything that we need to say. Thank you to all of our competitors today. Thank you for all of you in chat and all of our retweeters and all of our friends from afar and everyone on YouTube who was watching this on the VOD. Remember, we are back tomorrow, Monday, at 6 p.m. Eastern with Ravnica Under Fire. So if you like dragons, you like fire, you like deserts, you like Amokep, that is the place for you to be tomorrow. And then we have a whole week of fun stuff to watch.
I appreciate your commitment to the character, Charlie.
I feel very committed right now.
So thank you all very much for watching, folks. And again, guys, thank you for joining us and thank you for competing in such a chivalric manner. I very much enjoyed it.
You're very welcome. Thank you. And I've been told I need to do this. I need to at least dab once. So there you go. There's that. Enjoy.
Oh, that's mate. All right.
I have never seen this sign. This is a dark omen, I am sure it is.
Out on a dab. Ready? 1, 2, 3. We're out.
My name is Jace Bellerin. I am the Living Guild Pact. What makes your plane more worthy than any other?
Ravnica can never be free until we stand over the buried body of the Guild Pact.
In the name of Mat Celestia, I will shine a light that gives new life to the Conclave and brings the truth out of darkness.
Ravnica and its people deserve peace, and I aim to bring it to them. regardless of what my new patron may want.
My life is the sword that will strike down the tyranny that tries to lay shadow over my people.
Mortality is trivial. Once I'm deathless, I will restore